Women face a number of challenges in today's economies at multiple levels. So first, at the level of paid employment, women face challenges in access to employment. They also face discrimination in the workplace, whether in equal pay, access to professional development opportunities, or harassment in the workplace. At the level of women entrepreneurship, women entrepreneurs face also a number of challenges. In many countries of the world, their business regulations still discriminate between men and women, so women cannot start a business, open a bank account, or access credit in the same way as men do. They cannot always rely on their social networks and their families to get access to credit the same way men can. And women in many countries do not have control over their own assets, so they cannot use them as collateral. Finally, the challenges that women face in the economy are often related to their role within the household and the care work that they perform in their families. This kind of work is either undervalued or unpaid, and that hinders their ability to develop their own businesses or develop within their own jobs. The COVID-19 pandemic has exacerbated the challenges that women face in the economy. To start with, women's employment tends to be more precarious than that of men, and the COVID-19 pandemic is leading to a global recession. In this case, women are more likely to suffer from losing their jobs or even getting a pay cut. Also, the pandemic has led to lockdowns worldwide, which has led to women having to take on a bigger load of work within the household, especially that they could not rely on external help. So the women had to do more work, more household chores. They had to take on a bigger load of caring for children and the elderly, which set back their careers. Finally, the COVID-19 pandemic has shown us that social protection programs are designed with the nuclear family in mind, which leaves women who are outside of this social structure more vulnerable and have less access to social protection services, namely divorced women and single mothers. Many reforms and initiatives can be introduced in the policy level to address the challenges that women face in today's economies. First, there needs to be policies that address discrimination in the workplace. So starting with policies that address the gender pay gap, the unequal parental leaves, the harassment in the workplace, and the discrimination against women in hiring and in promotion. Also, instituting care services for women and subsidized care services would allow women to have more time and energy to engage in the economic sphere. At the level of women's entrepreneurship, business regulations need to be reformed to remove any discrimination to allow women to start and operate a business in the same way as men can. Initiatives are needed at the level of supporting women-owned businesses and women-managed businesses through offering support services, whether in access to loans or in access to markets or in capacity development. Finally, policies should be introduced at the level of valuing the care work that women take on in the workplace by compensating women who perform this kind of work. Individual organizations can introduce reforms and initiatives to support women in the workplace. First, they can introduce accommodation for women and mothers through introducing flexible working, breastfeeding stations in the workplace, and daycares. Second, they can introduce mechanisms that are context-specific to address and target discrimination that women face in the workplace. Also, organizations can implement gender audits to make sure that women are being paid the same amount for work of the same value and that they have access to the same professional development opportunities as men. This can be complemented with professional development programs that specifically target women to help them address the challenges that they face in the workplace. Partnerships can help address the challenges that women face in today's economies. Many women work in the informal economy, and institutions there do not protect women against discrimination. This is where chambers of commerce and municipalities can play a role in introducing accommodations for women, such as daycare, and in instituting mechanisms to address the discrimination that women face in the informal economy. Another form of partnership that can support women is partnerships between women themselves. So having professional groups between women can support their engagement in the specific sectors. For example, women doctors or women university professors have been starting to institute these professional groups that address the gender-specific challenges that they face in their sectors.